Winner goes to Masters.
Lotus to start
We got
us off once
PRX
again,
on
and
defense,
Icebox as
DRX
the
on
follow-up.
attack. PRX honestly all the time on their defense normally go
DRX
aggro over
faithful
towards A, so it'll be interesting to see if they
cheering
kind of
out.
change this up for the majority of their
PRX
rounds.
faithful cheering from behind their PCs, majority of which will be watching from
The
home.
Gravnet, yeah, I've seen people do lineups over towards here as well, Bacon.
As for now,
Over the top C one's a little bit extreme, but honestly,
here.
with the timing, could be kind of nice.
Brings out the
Okay,
door.
PRX want to go for
James
some kind of trap play over towards A,
for the
and
moment,
DRX
hiding away.
are just taking rubble control, and they are just waiting.
Quiet around here from both sides.
All right. Let's see what DRX can do. Being very cautious.
If we look at the minimap right now, it's kind of nice from DRX, to be honest.
Are going to be coming at you from, especially
Looks like
Jing,
they're going to
who's
be
been
ending over towards C.
especially in pistol rounds for PRX recently. Back on the raise, back on that comfort, and he's been making the most of it.
So how quickly he was able to
Yeah,
get
that's good info, though. With that, they can put the smoke down.
Boom on this very map.
So we can see 5% committed, though.
When the pistols came down to it. 40 seconds still remaining on the clock. Everybody from DRX now clustered up as bait.
All over the top of them pistol rounds.
Waterfall.
Super strong.
We'll go up and over the top. See where it plops down. Right there. Perfect position. Starting to get cleared out here. And for now, the site going to be taken by DRX. Devi holding back here on the corner. Headshot. Finished off freeing. Clean with that ghost as ever. Now looks to back away as Prowler and
Man, it's
Paranoia
nice
both
from
get sent
DRX,
over
though. They
towards this
create
singular
pressure
player.
over
He
towards
swoops
Heaven,
back
make them
down
use
towards
their
Waterfalls.
util there, and then double
Second
face
kill.
over towards
Mako,
Waterfall.
unscouted, unnoted, and untenable.
Jesus.
Has torn apart 3. And DRX will take the opening pistol.
Playoffs, Mako.
Yeah, just good map control here for DRX. They're able to push some
Yeah,
space
lovely
on
little
towards
pistol
Rebel.
from them. Lovely little pistol, and even when they're
Use
over
some of that
towards
info
side,
they're
like this,
finding early,
pressure over
pivot
towards
C.
Heaven's awesome.
PRX has to try to fight their way
They
back
don't
in.
have that much util
And that-
left, right? They
that
use all their
grenade
util
made
to get
Jing
over
feel
towards
like
the
that
site,
corner was
so
gonna be clear,
taking
but it
that
didn't go
extra
quite
bit of
deep enough.
space, making sure they
Mako was
waste
able
their
to slide
util as
down the
well.
ramp a little bit.
That's like really
Retake
important
that
to do.
position,
Otherwise, you just kind of turtle in
clean up
sight
the
and you wait to
round.
tank the util.
DRX comes
Boom.
out with that
This is a good start
first
from DRX. This
pistol.
is a nice plan from them.
Ever so important. Gonna have an outlaw. Gunman looking for an opportunity. Smoke blooms just in time for the players of PRX, but it's DRX's smoke.
4 targets through that smoke. Now scaling forward, Hyunmin going for the peak, finds 1 target. Quick little exit here. Estrella sticks around for a little bit longer. Finds 1 swap to the ghost. Hyunmin tagged low. Backpedaling, but swiftly
Well, that was the gun.
forsaken on the floor. Orb going to be picked up here, freeing, looking to get that Armageddon online. As seems like the quiet over towards A being signaled over here to the rest of the players. Hyunmin asks for the rotation. They abide. DRX successfully avoid the final 2 players of PRX.
Yeah, just PRX trying something a little bit cheeky, as is normally the case. And they're going to be pretty quick to rotate, though.
Yeah, they might be able to min-max
Depending on the
this as well.
timing.
Maybe get some
Mako's
orbs.
just seemingly just going to turret in that
Like
direction.
freeing's kind of close
Doesn't
to us
wanna
all.
let that flank come through.
Or at least could get
find
really
any
close at the
value.
end of this one.
But this is going to open up some space here. DRX going to grab an extra orb, figure out who they want to give the plant over to. Try to fast track some of those ults.
Mako sending the Paranoia, tapping the door. He's constantly shifting back towards the site now. Peeks out, back rubble, finds 1. Not going to be able to find a transfer for that
Okay,
second.
kind of
So
close
he's
to
gonna take it
a
down.
Teo.
Bit of damage gonna be
Kinda
dealt
close
here,
to
but
your
it's gonna be
ult.
Hyunmin as well, finding himself 3
a very nice
charges
start
towards
from
that
DRX.
dimensional drift. DRX start things off 2-0.
Yeah, and they know there's an outlaw in place. They got to buy heavy
Yeah,
armor.
that's just solid stuff from Hyunmin. Hasn't died yet. 3 kills so far. Mako, though, just, you know, relieved of the IGL duties and is just able to go out and frag and is accomplishing that. Has been a real force for this team as usual. You just are going to expect that Mako's putting up numbers. Now it's PRX's chance to try to respond. Still, though, a couple bulldogs, that outlaw, some good weaponry.
Smoke to
PRX is
dodge
gonna
the
have to face.
fade eye.
Mako TP.
Yeah, so they
Back
think that
rubble,
no one's
good
out.
pressure coming his way, swing out.
What
Something,
an
he'll
important
find
kill that
headshot,
is.
puts
My
him down.
goodness.
Line spray
It's a
forward
nice
into
trade from
smoke.
DRX though, no matter what.
Not going to be rewarded with any damage. A 1-for-1 at the end of it all. Jing left dead on the floor. Sheer wall here. As Batman, I'm not sure if that jiggle went wide.
Yeah,
enough.
they
That
spot him.
out Estrella holding the angle. They're going to double face, but he actually pulls off. He's finding the timing here, does Estrella, to go ahead and get himself out of harm's way.
And Patman now send that Prowler out.
Damn,
Seen
that's
by
a nice
DRX.
Prowler. I managed to clear all
He's
of
gonna
this.
be freeing on his own. Salvo's about to come back online. Forsaken just got a peek.
That's interesting as well. This is who they saw over towards B, right? They changed up their lurker. Vice is spotted with a jump spot. Vice is spotted with a jump spot. So there's a chance they. There's a chance they don't think Freeing's lurking here, but it doesn't even matter when Forsaken's doing that.
Locked in position with the player on the flank.
30 seconds left.
Well,
thinking about his best course of action here. Would love to get some more damage in.
Yeah, I was gonna say PRX want to keep this as clean as possible.
Something about to be in the open.
That'll do it. Not bad.
Crispy with it, survives with 46 HP, 4 players alive.
Still like the idea from DRX, to be honest, as well. They did some nice stuff here.
yeah,
The
this
change
is
up with the
really
luck was
crucial
cool.
for PRX to come through this relatively unscathed. Good read there by something. Yeah, Hyunmin able to find the one. Jing trying to blast pack his way a little bit closer to Rubble, but it's caught in transition.
What the hell?
Forsaken holding the line very
Every
nicely.
shot is through the
So that Rubble fight
through that
in the long
wall.
run going PRX's way. Curious how much attention DRX wants to play to this, but I mean having that deadlock in there makes things a little bit trickier in that regard. You're not going to have quite as much util. You still have the Teo, of course. Ooh, we're about to have a fight at Mound.
And that's going to be one that Mako loses.
Dude, Omen Flash gets invested as well. Do they expect someone over towards the right? It's looking like it. As a boombot to clear this as well if he wants to. Yeah, here we go. Did it bounce off the wall right to even clear this? No, it doesn't. Uh-oh.
Question is, do they think that he's there?
Okay, they leave it anyway. Prowler goes over towards clear B. But they have lost A control, and they just cleared aggro B, so you can see a heavy rotate over towards A.
Trying to sell this as best as he can, but that Prowler got no contact at B from Patman. Flash to try to do something, and something gonna know here with that tap of the door for sure. PRX ready to roll.
Wall to try to block off stairs. Estrella given the task of trying to breach this position here, perhaps. Jing gonna be taken down, but Bandit can quickly trade it out as something does manage to find the one.
Meanwhile, while this is going on, I'm pretty sure Freeing hit the wall over towards B, so they know they kind of at least one. They know exactly where everyone is. Look over towards B, and one broke the door.
Trying to keep the lead. Freeing, is he going to be ready for this angle? And he's just slowly walking forward. There's the check.
Nice kill.
There's the snap.
Dude, they're not messing about on this one. 2v4, your ult goes in.
Dimensional Drift even committed just to give no opportunity whatsoever. Estrella is going to be harassed by the Yoru as the defuse gets started. And now he just holds
Damn,
it
the
back,
discipline as well. Didn't even hunt it.
2-2, we are tied up. PRX very nicely dispatching
Holy.
Yeah,
dude, something's out of there, man.
Well.
Something doesn't even want to face this.
When I was doing some
Okay,
review,
it still surprises me when I see it from PRX.
In their run-up here in the playoffs, they're making really good use of the information that they're finding on the map, and it's stuff like what Patman does. He just throws out a Prowler B. You know, they've only had a little bit of contact C. Over at A, something's able to backpedal, and they're still able to kind of put the pieces together that this is going to be an A hit, and, you know, just smother DRX out of that A attempt, force them over to B, where Forsaken's happy to find that off angle, get the kill. And here we go. Now, Hyunmin TP's
Dude, it's a fast rotate though. They're gonna have 5 hit.
There to slow up if there's any.
Wait, did they fast flood?
Look at where PRX is.
Yeah, dude, everyone's here for PRX. They might fast flood this.
Not wanting to give the opportunity over to DRX to find these opening picks. The wall quickly cleared out because they have everyone in positions.
Oh, that's a good Omen Flash. Damn, they didn't even get the spike down. This one gets crazy. So it's just a 10-bus duel on site.
Straight on the floor, the spike not yet planted. Mako has the ultimate. Be a potential pivot angle, but they're still widely stuck in here. One back online, Mako for the final one. A little bit of a wide swing out. Patman trying to just whittle away here at Hyunmin. Hasn't really gotten too much contact yet. Now is going to be the last one standing.
And nice handle from DRX, so patient with this one.
3 players alive. Mako holding on by a sliver. As DRX do manage to go ahead and reestablish.
Yeah, PRX just wanting to get in, folks. Obviously, they could have gone out of there.
You know, wanting to stack up, wanting to deal with that deadlock wall as quickly as possible. But, I mean, DRX post-plant, even though it's not technically a post-plant, but they get into these crossfires, they get into these setups, and they're so tough to break. They're so disciplined. So having to give up space early is going to play into DRX's hands, in my opinion. And now you've got a couple huge ults. Annihilation, Armageddon. Ooh, missing the
Ooh,
shot.
big miss.
A rare miss.
Winning attack rounds with this comp? I know this is a
How
unreal
he's been
comp, man.
performing with the op in the last few days.
These kind of comps, especially when you look at like just this map,
Gets cleared, spots him
3-site map, 2 people that can kind of secure your off the plant to make it
ready in case
very,
there's gonna
very
be more
strong.
pressure coming in this
You
direction,
got
but
you got a map where most people
DRX
decide to at least
already
like
has
leave
scattered
one
the
of the
winds.
sites for retake,
shoulder
and you have a
spotted.
comp that pretty much wins the after plant
Warning
every
shot
single
there
time.
at
It's
the
a
end of
strong
the day for
comp.
something.
Still, though, they're reading this nicely. The player's still that close to the door. Send some reinforcements over to back up this operator. He's going to put the TP
Could you replace the
drop,
tail in this comp? You can
but
be
maybe
this
there's
over here.
seemingly going to be a B pivot with
You
players
would
at
really
B8.
struggle to re-clear over towards A,
There's
but
that vice wall.
Yeah, looking for the net just in case there's somebody playing close. No one going to be spotted. Sonic sensor going to be set up there. With the connector position as paint shells get ready to fly, bouncing forward. Looking for some damage, free on the crossfire, able to find a vibe. Patman going to be taken out, but not before he's able to find Hyunmin, but out of bullets!
okay. PRX are gonna call a timeout, and they're gonna have to go aggro somewhere,
The
probably on A.
Annihilation catching just a moment before the TP could go through. Dragged it to
Nice
his
shot.
demise. Something now just looks to try to hold on to this operator. But this round is on lock. DRX looking to move up now 4-2.
Yeah, DRX doing a great job. Saw it early in the pistol round in the follow-up where they're really working the map nicely. Here they're kind of back to it. Getting that early B main control. PRX giving up a lot of space. DRX able to take full advantage of it this time. It's a quicker pivot. It's an
Where's
instant
Mini?
decision
Dude, he decided to have a
set
day
up
off
that B
today.
crunch. And it works in
To be fair, we
absolute
threw him
treat.
in the
Don't wanna
fire
mess with
last
the op
time,
anymore,
so
though.
we did actually fire it. We
Just gonna
threw
let
him in the engine.
PRX carry that over.
It's hard to
Curious if we're going to see an early timeout.
it's hard to argue
Alex and Mind
with him
Freak.
when he wants to have a day off after that.
Weird to say that.
Still getting used to it.
That being said, you
Looks
know,
like
I
the
think
answer is yes.
good. I think it's the perfect time to do it. And I think really what I'm saying here is get a little bit more aggressive at the
Fruit,
main. Get
stop
a little
spamming
bit more
that.
aggressive at C Mound. Take a little
Can't
bit
be
more map
inside
control
the
here. You
train
don't have to go nuts,
shouting that.
because it's going to be, especially with that op there, you should be able to do a pretty good job of locking down one side or another, either C or A, and then playing a little bit more aggressive off the back of that is potentially what it could be. But also,
You're not
talking to some
inside the
people
train.
behind
Where do you
scenes,
think you are?
Mind Freak really getting involved during these timeouts. He's like really got some good ideas. There were some timeout calls previously when they played Boom that he came through with some really good calls that literally won PRX rounds. So nice to see him getting involved. And still keeping that
drawings for
positive
each
mentality, still
game that
being
you
that
watch.
team
It's
player.
nuts.
Yeah, but Patman as well was. Oh man, he was so good on Fracture last week. He was so clutch, dude.
And that's a huge part of that victory for them.
Please,
May
DRX,
have an
go to
opportunity.
Toronto.
Yeah. May still have an opportunity to have that impact again if this goes to 3.
Okay, they got the
Let's see what PRX's pick
saved
here
op.
on this Lotus map, so we'll see how they fare.
They got to start
the
going
operator
aggro,
still
and obviously
very
they don't have the
solid
best guns for it
potential.
right now, but
Get some damage.
they
Don't pull up the 50,
can't,
give
like,
the-
for
I was gonna say,
PRX
yeah,
here,
Sheriff,
they
so
have
say
to be able to hold this with
change over to
1
the
so they can
Ghost.
try 2-2 on their signs, because this comp,
Ready.
as we've seen pretty
Well,
much from
that
the
C's
last
trying to
2
get a capture,
rounds,
that back rubble, no
you
one
can't really
caught
retake
Vibes,
against
the
this
push forward,
comp.
and Jing just able to barrel stuff
Oh
by
my god,
Hyunmin.
we're using
Shows
ult
up
into this one?
immediately gonna be
Oh boy.
drawn out, but it seems like botched. I think
Jing
he
got
died.
insta-melted when he
Massive is trying to get the
ulted,
rocket to
ult
fly.
into the eco.
No flick to be found. Something. Repositioning shifts over. As DRX could very much do the same and just call a pivot over towards B if they'd like. Either way, it looks like they want to still plant here on A. Paranoia catching onto them for a moment, forces them off the angle. The full flash connects now on the device. He plays towards drop.
Gotta be mega careful here. Something to not want to give that operator over.
I feel like the call has to be for him to go to a save. It's okay, Estrella not quite able to spot out device from there, but the salvos will go ahead and ensure his demise. An attempt to try to take somebody down with him. At the end of the day, though, it's going to be something once again holding on to the operator, so Thrifty not to be found.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
but I
a
like
rough one
the
using this
ideas
ult.
here from
Okay,
PRX.
next round they got to
You
go
have
aggro, eh?
some really
Much
good
it.
util to contest that A main control, that A lobby control. Throw it at DRX, make them make the first move. Put the pressure onto Hyunmin. I mean, as great as he has been this year, put some pressure onto him.
When do we start
See if
wiring?
you
Maybe
can
we
come
should have
through.
started wiring
Obviously, weaker
in
weaponry there.
map select, to be honest with you.
Be a big part of that equation, but It was exactly what I was kind of looking for. You have something to take C mound control.
Sheer
with the
panic on the train, to be honest, mate. As soon as we
the
saw
big
that.
picture ideas are good. Obviously, the weaker weaponry, not.
Yeah. We'll see how they fare going into the next buy. Does feel a lot more costly, though. We'll see here perhaps what happened to the showstopper. Yeah, just an attempt at sending it, but point blank there was Bane able to find the punish immediately before.
There's leaves on the track. Hey, there's more than leaves on the track right now.
So for now, still a bit of a slow
There's giant
game for
boulders that
Jake.
we have to worry about.
With the cycle up that next one. Steel Garden going to be online here for the side of PRX. Not too far off having that Nightfall either.
Okay, this is good though.
One more charge.
Aggro over towards A. Can set up the one, can reinforce the
shifting over
sights.
towards B.
Currently playing retake over
chance.
towards C though, that worries me.
Depends on if they commit a flash or paranoia to this angle. See Mako and Hyunmin.
Fake out being sent, not being bought. This would have been a hell of a time to fake it either way. Sure, Walt does get cleared. Mako starting to drift backward. The swing out.
Smart from something though.
Right to the midsection.
It's
Something has the kill.
the cost of losing the wall, but it's really good because once the wall comes in as well, it's like, is anyone going to be in front of it peeking like this? Not really. Problem is, again, they still have like the 2 VIPs for the afterplan and they get over towards the site. It's still a really hard retake with this one. This is a good reaction though, if they start pushing behind, taking mound control. Okay, PRX spoke about a lot of good stuff in their timeout though. In fact, they have to go aggro A. In fact, they can actually like can have a different reaction for the retakes over towards C.
And now he repositions, wrapping around, joining in alongside Devi.
Vice, ult to flash them, to push them into this. Ah, dude, look at this retake. This is nice though.
The box, 2 players pinned in here now, trying to fight their way out to freedom. Bane can't find it. Freeing now. All alone here on
Dude,
the site.
there was so much good going on here. This is a very nice timeout from PRX. They spoke about so much. Avid Armadillo, thank you so much for the tier 1. We've got Captain J-Bo as well with the 3 months. That's the goal. Thank you for the prime, mate. Appreciate that.
And they have a steel guard and a counter. You can play that tic-tac-toe game all day, and that early map control, so important. That rubble control, so important for them, because that allows them to take space on the map quickly. It allows them to rotate through their opponent's spawn so quickly, and it helps now. Something starting to hit some shots. Very important for him, because you can see that earlier on they showed us a graphic where
oh, that's early from DRX.
They're winning like 2/3
okay, well
of the
they
rounds.
know the change up.
So
this is a very good timeout from DRX as well. So they're gonna call about the fact that they're going aggro over towards A, which means that they have to have numbers. So they could speed up, go fast over towards CB if they want to. Especially with how often they've just walked over towards C and no one's been fighting them. There's definitely something they could talk about. They could either fight back on A, or they could also talk about... So what I'd be doing right here if I was in DRX, honestly, is I'm just fast hitting C. I would go 4-1. If the 1 gives you info that they go aggro, you're just going fast over towards C. You're just fighting the 2 there. And then you're just more ready for mound control. You'd probably just take heaven control. Because they've now... You know that they've already spoke about retaking over towards mound in your C hand.
It's going to be tricky to scale forward.
So
to get past that op. I mean,
PRX here, probably still go aggro A, but you just insta TP with the Yoru.
Diligence.
Drive 3.
With your individual play and positioning.
Oh, DRX just want to go straight, hit over towards A? Sure.
DRX is well aware it's another corpse thrown into the fire by Sliggy and Co.
It's another
fueling the train.
It's another shovel full of coal.
This is interesting from PRX, by the way. They didn't want to go aggro over towards A. They just did a little bit of util to make it seem like they might.
Pop flash turned away from Patman.
Dude, what a bold play from Patman.
Huge outplay. Gun barrel going to be spotted. Mako still, however, able to find 2, but Jing on the peak. Shuts him down. HL trying to force
Good
his
little double swing.
Manages the trade 1. Now it's just freeing alone. Spike in hand. Can try to get the play here.
Oh.
Get that spike planted, perhaps.
They're worried that he got all the way up to stairs, but little do they know, he slipped through towards B. May just wrap all the way to C. Indeed, he will.
Well, they at least have the wall, though.
Any info on this one.
Wall's gonna let him know if he goes over towards C. Or like mound.
Op and a Vandal. So it just comes down to how to Devi and something want to approach the situation. Something a couple flashes though, so some decent opportunity.
Wall doesn't get triggered, so
figure out where he is,
somebody can run this whole way.
Kind of guessing correctly here. Will put himself in a really nice position to use the salvos and the concuss potentially.
They join up together though. This is nice as well.
Let's see what PRX can do.
It's a Teo though, man. It's a Teo. You know you can't stick this first time.
Could be brutality, but freeing. Finds the peak, finds the shot.
Whoa, what a shot that is. Nicely done. Salve goes in, he can defuse, he can pick up the op as well. It's very nice.
Hits the shot to go ahead and bail them out on the round.
Man, Patman's play here is so nice. People have been doing this a lot, right? Get a smoke, just the worst smoke I've ever drawn. Get on a smoke, go to like the corners.
PRX got to be grinning ear to ear.
It's so nice.
For sure. Should be able to keep an op in play as well. Jing getting involved. Good setup there with the trap behind the smokes. Again, you're going to see a lot of that trickery from PRX. They love to try to catch you off guard.
Hyunmin gets the attack up. This is the guy that never really ops.
Both of our Yorus going to be sporting the snipers. And you do have a couple ults. Patman has his. Armageddon. Oh, God.
Mendoz almost takes some damage there.
Grab net.
Oh, the drone spots too, though.
TP right away.
Yeah.
So that's
it's a good TP, though.
False information unless DRX can get a good read.
What's the money like, man? Money must be starting to get low for DRX.
It should pull you all the way back through the map to that spot. Just reeling you in.
That would be sick.
Yes.
Lovely little peek of the Prowler info.
Timing dies. Jing now looking to do the same.
Uh-oh.
Bane scouting him, but nobody else prepared to really take him on.
My goodness, Mako's so tunnel visioned on the smoke, knowing that someone's gonna push it. Dude, that was the big buy rounds.
Really
that was nice.
Now, starting to feel themselves a
Dude,
bit.
these 3 rounds have been awesome. So it's been good.
And Jing plays off of that so quick. You know, Mako has to be watching the other direction. There's players coming from a bunch of angles. And his teammates, you know, you got to expect that maybe they can win that fight. And yeah, Jing just not having any of it. Starting to come alive for PRX. Again, if
Nate Tever again. Nate Tever might be good, huh?
This two-headed
looks like they want to send it out.
With these two duelists.
Dude, you're all on the eco?
Fearsome to say the least.
Not being shy about this at all.
That's so bold, man.
Jing.
Jing. Dude, I can't believe he's going for this. Dude, I can't believe he's going for this as well. What the hell is this round? My goodness.
Patman Forsaken is dead. Suddenly, player advantages here for the side of DRX. As something drops down. Has a mask of his own. Slaps it on Devi.
This one's chaos, dude. No way, didn't get that kill. Oh, he got the double. This round doesn't stop giving.
Collects a weapon. The plant not for him. Manages narrowly to get the kill. The retap though, Devi. He knows that he's not on it. Mako swings
oh
it,
my goodness, what HP is that?
Devi
37.
saves
Dude.
them once again.
This was the most Pacific round I think I've ever seen. Pure chaos from literally the first 2 seconds.
A ton.
Everything. Tons of ults used in this round.
No, everything was thrown into this round.
I mean, just crazy stuff.
They Omen TP'd as
Two
well.
Yoru ults, Omen TP. Nice read there. Oh, Devi.
Dude, nicely done though.
Nice to see
Devi did great, man.
Smiling, coming up with big clutches, and it looked like maybe he had lost that spark. Now he seems to have it back. PRX could take a positive half here. DRX wants to tie it up.
That's 6-6. Very possible, but of course it's the double duelist on the other side as PRX get ready to go on that attack.
Yeah, like dude, the rounds from PRX have been nice though. Every single time they've gone aggro after that timeout, right? Whether it's aggro C, aggro over towards A. Like they haven't let them get over towards the site now. The timeout that we had from Alex was really, really nice.
operating basically in tandem. As both send out gate crashes.
It kind of came in a perfect time when we were speaking about like the VIPs,
Strafing in
just
to B.
being able to
Double
get on
stack setup.
sites and stay alive.
Batman gets himself the kill. Handed over on a silver platter.
Tight angle for something.
Look at the read from PRX. They're already in position here.
I tell you, they've just done such a good job with their
Oh boy.
preparation.
TP White, however, it's actually sold him short. He spotted nothing.
Oh boy, he cleared over towards here but didn't clear the corner.
Don't read that Hyunmin
Yes,
moved that
oh
far
god,
up.
that's
Steel guard looks to try to slow them up.
sure.
He's able to find
A
one
good
spike.
nade.
He's gonna
He's
be
full
taken
flash
down.
though, so maybe on the minimap, who knows.
Spike gonna be recovered.
Patman is going for a play.
That Annihilation not
He
finding
might
anything.
tunnel vision on the planner.
Batman pushing up. Shots
Oh,
just fishing
boy.
through the smoke as Mako often does. Finds himself a kill. Looks for a little bit more. Tags up Jing, but as the smoke
both.
dissipates, Jing finds the headshot. Too many players. So damn low.
8
now
HP?
all on Hyunmin
Fake TP might be big here.
with just 8 HP. Sends out the fake. But he is
Damn,
dead
dude,
as he
they're
exits
kind
that
of clean
smoke.
with it at the moment. They got
7 to
7,
5.
considering the
PRX
start. That's incredible.
out in front with a massive 5-round win streak to end the half.
Other than something just walking out there and dying in
Yeah,
a
this
game.
one was a bit too much.
This is
But
just a
the
great
Omen
read.
ult,
So many
the
good
Omen
reads for
ult cleared
PRX.
everything, so I get it. It's like the one
Really
spot they didn't
understanding this
clear and
map
didn't
so well.
consider.
But,
But
you know, you look at it from the perspective of the second half. You look at the double duelist versus that double sentinel. You know, who's going to be able to slow who down? How impactful is that deadlock going to be? How impactful is that wall going to be? That extra little bit of control you're going to be giving
Sideshow
yourself.
losing his mind. I
Potentially
guarantee
C-side
this
in front
guy's
of me.
going. I guarantee
that.
this guy's
I mean, you have
talking about the
double wall,
negatives,
right?
though.
You have the vice
I
wall, you have the
guarantee
deadlock
it.
wall.
He
That's
can't.
so
This guy
annoying. You have to be so
refuses to
diligent
say
here
anything
as
nice about
PRX.
any
Oh, I wonder
team.
who she's going
Even when like C9 were having big runs,
Tough
man,
choice.
he'd always
Yeah.
still be flaming them. Like every time a team's doing good, he'll just look at the other team and be like,
surprisingly
"Oh, they
go with
didn't
DRX.
re-clear this. They should be
so shocked.
fighting for mounds here. They should be re-clearing
Oh,
over
wait.
towards A."
Oh,
Like, dude,
okay.
you can compliment some teams sometimes. It's okay.
Do we have another one?
One more.
It's a best of
So
5.
true. Ah, dude, they're both like it. Him and
Master of
TMB,
Valorant,
man.
all-time
They're
career
always
number
just,
1
they always go for the easy one. They always go for,
Monster
let's
stands
just
for.
focus on the negatives. Let's focus on the
let me
negatives.
write that one
Really
down.
easy being
Pretty
in a
good.
team.
Master,
focus on the
what was it, of
negatives.
all time?
They should be doing this because I can see everything on the
Korea?
minimap. Dude,
Korea
give some
number
compliments.
1 Omen.
It's okay.
number 1 open.
We can give some compliments out here.
Put that one
When a
in the
train's
open
running
category.
like this, you can go, damn, that's a fast train. Look at that train go. That's a nice train.
Yeah, I mean,
I wish I was on that
overall,
train.
have to be
You
pretty
can do
happy
that.
with
You can say
defender
that. It's
side
okay.
as PRX.
Sloomy Val,
Normally,
thank you with the prime.
going
Appreciate
up
the
against
4
Double
months.
Sentinel, I don't know.
Thank you, thank you.
Obviously, that's going to be a big question mark. You know, how are they going to be able to adapt to that? I will say, God, if there's any team that can do it, you got to feel like it's PRX because
You like my hair? See, this what I'm saying?
These
That's kind of
guys just
compliments.
are
Thank you so
so
much, man. I'm sure I
on the
like your
fly
hair too.
anyway.
Unless you're
That's
bald,
just how
then
they
I like your
roll,
head
you
as
know.
well.
maybe this
Compliments
is
are
just
okay.
really isn't too
Not
big
gonna
of a
hurt
deal.
anyone.
2 sheriffs in hand. Sheer wall. She's gonna be double facing. Estrella takes a ton of damage. She's got 3 HP. Just ate that paint shell.
Uh-oh. 4-person
And
close.
then on the corner, hits a headshot into the spray down. Forsaken. Gets himself a
Jeez,
second.
what is it with this
Fight down
position
flank
and,
three, coming away with 2. Tries
and
to keep it
Omens?
competitive, but the 2 players that just are so damn low. And there you go. Final shot.
Pistol Leech.
Take him down. Bane just trying to send out the net. Gets a catch, but there's just
It's
no
nice.
way to try
Pistol
to
Leech.
finish
You
out
give
these
no
kills.
one any
Divine
ammo. No one can be
perfectly
angry at
happy
1-1.
to stay sat
Pistol.
there, crouched down, sheriff in hand, PRX.
Chappy,
Go ahead,
24. Thanks so
tie
much
up
for the prime.
pistol
Appreciate the
count.
3 months.
You know, one step
Malmam.
closer towards closing out their map
Malam,
pick.
even with the
Yeah,
tier 1. Thank you for the
I mean,
8 months.
good
Thank you, thank
coordination
you.
here.
Damon, good
A
to
lot
see you,
of
Damon.
bodies
How we
are
doing,
throwing
mate?
the
Thanks so much for the
problems.
25
That is
months,
such a
so
fast
appreciate the
reaction
tier 1.
for Jason. Goodness gracious.
Does PRX played
For
Icebox
Jason.
because you're kind of worried
Yeah.
about
You
that
mean the
map?
same for
Zek says, thank you so much,
I
Zek,
wanted
as
to
well
say
with the
Jason, and I was in the
YouTube
middle of saying
donation,
Forsaken,
bro. I
and
appreciate
then
that.
it
It's
just
very
all
generous of you.
came out.
They have played
Well, that
Icebox.
just
They
turned
won
40, leave me alone.
Icebox.
That's true.
They have a weird comp. They don't use
That's well
they
past
don't
my
use,
bedtime.
I'm sure most people will be shocked to
Info
hear that
Sentinel,
you've turned 40.
I'm sure.
but that's okay.
Because they're like, damn, I thought that happened years ago.
Yeah,
It's
no,
okay.
I know. I mean, it's a miracle I'm not dead.
At the moment, we just focus on Lotus.
I love it. Anyway, so Exec here onto the A site coming through for PRX. No real opposition in their way. DRX just going to be looking to play a bit of a death ball retake perhaps, maybe even cluster up and die to the spike. Though knowing PRX, they won't be happy with that fate for their opponents. They will go on the hunt.
Who's better on Fracture? Don't look at Fracture. Don't worry about Fracture.
Something. Little does he know, there's quite a few players right around that corner, but they're actually mostly going stairs, so he's going to have an isolated fight up
Chat,
there.
you guys are looking too far ahead.
Well for PRX.
Imagine you're on a train. Just look out the window. Just look out the window. Enjoy the view for a little bit.
Eliminated. Some decent damage is found here onto the players as Mako frantically trying to take down something. Gets
Very,
to the
very
20,
nice.
however, but cannot find the kill.
I tell you what, that got kind of
Overall,
close, by the way.
clean. As PRX now 9-5, one away from hitting double digits.
Yeah, so far we haven't really seen the utility from the Sentinels have much impact for the side of DRX. Got to start now.
The HPs are all so low.
PRX as well.
They got pretty fortunate to
Most of the players are coming from
not lose
the
anything.
stairs
Yeah.
area. That's where your crossfire is. Something on his own.
Zach,
Put
again, I
Mako up there
appreciate
and
you,
try
bro.
to
Thank
duel
you for
him.
that.
Look, Mako's great, but in terms of how you kind of draw it up as PRX, that's exactly what you want to see with that retake. This time, Mako getting really aggressive, trying to play off the back of the drone, but there's a counter drone there. Keep him at bay. No spokes. Oh my God. Smoke spam. Goodness. Smoke
Ali
spam
Outlaw,
available.
2 people that can get one shot.
There's that wall, able to be baited out.
Rep
clone.
786. Thanks so much for the
Batman.
Prime, man. Appreciate that. Thank you, too.
Just doing his job, seeing what's going on at B. Sonic sensor right around that corner there for Bane. See that quite often with deadlocks on this map. Is that going to get red, though? There's that wall. Timing. Quickly cleared.
Just go ahead and break that down. Still for now, though, DRX stagnant in their movements. Something creeping forward.
Corner.
Just around this corner
Well,
is Estrella. And it's gonna
feels
be
like that
Kevin,
happens a
actually,
lot of
who finds
times.
the kill.
Feels like that keeps happening.
Preferred anyway from DRX, trying to get that.
Still a question mark over towards C. They don't know about numbers.
Oh,
That gets a catch. Two players held at bay for now. Bane hearing
Ooh.
footsteps. Taken.
Wait, they know where he is because of the...
Mako hugging here
Oh.
alongside the smoke. Finds one, turns for the second bit of eye. Able to go ahead, cut him down. We now go into a 3v3.
Wait, did Devi want to pivot over towards B there? What was that?
Util available to try to prevent this plan down.
Oh my goodness. Dude, there's a nut shot, though.
Headshot, but it's onto the clone. Looks for a little bit more. Gets the big dependent, still staying alive for the
Dude,
moment.
Forsaken has got a big kill there. Mate, are they going to win the bonus?
All on
This is a
Estrella.
scary round.
The 1v2 wrapping around both players.
You know where he is when he
They're
opens
in
the door.
position.
Together?
Won't even get the chance to try to use the flash. Basically stacked up here for him. No way to
Huge,
flush this
man.
out.
Devi.
Picks up a
Devi and
3K.
Forsaken, what a
PRX
round.
pick up a 10th
There were
round
so many
victory.
important ones here.
I mean,
So
it's just
many important ones.
so cool to see PRX. The way that they're kind of deathballing around the map. Okay, yeah, you lose
I'm
something
noob with
there,
the
but that's
bits.
fine. And
Thank
again,
you
if
so
you're
much, man.
stacked up
Appreciate
like
that.
they
I think
are,
Leviathan will show better
you know,
results
you
after
find
the
one
Teo
wall, the
enough.
other wall gets used.
I
You're
don't
able
think
to clear it
Teo
so
was their
quickly that
issue,
it's
really, man.
Essentially,
It was more
null
just
and
like
void.
rolls and
You're
switching
able
up
to
eye
scale your
channels.
way onto site, find some good kills. I mean, even though Jing didn't get a kill, he did some damage. That
For teams that like
shot
to
on the
innovate
close
and
nuts,
do new
but
stuff, like the new meta is
matter.
incredible for it. You can
Still
have your
no
own
Stinger
read on the
Sheriff's
game
Ghost.
instead of being forced to use a Teo.
Oh, the flash just got there in time.
So,
To try to
I
get
do
a
think
catch
their
here on the
coach
Yoru, but
is good for that.
Gate Crash does not care.
Okay, force them down to an eco.
Able to hear the exit. Still
And
chasing forward,
I'm a
not
little bit
getting
worried
any
about
clips
this one.
there.
They kind of forced
Doors
descended
already
over
three
towards
pop,
C.
though.
Still got the wall to deal with. We're about to see a 4-person stack over towards site. They still have an Omen flash that could help them here as well. Yeah, we're kind of forcing this. We're really forcing this. My guy's TPing with an Outlaw. They have no idea about the extra person on site here as well. That's a great Omen flash. God, this is mayhem, bro. Look at the HPs. This is still not out of it.
Suddenly it's just Yunmin with the Stinger. Low HP on both. Only Devi. Popped up here for the moment.
Holy how? How were they? How?
PRX have been running away with this
So good.
across the two halves. Now 9 rounds in a row.
Dude, Devi 17-6,
It's
by the
just,
way.
you know, when you get into the mud, that's where PRX likes it. These things are all kinds of scrappy around this wall. You know, it's nicely placed. It trapped something, and then everybody's trying to figure out a way to deal with it. They throw a paranoia at it as well, and it looked like maybe DRX was going to come through, but the weaker weaponry cost them. It's a good idea. Now that
Dude, look at
PRX is
this.
kind of aware of it,
This is what we're talking about with the train, man. The momentum's
still the
insane.
Vice Wall gonna be at sea.
Once you get that one round, it
This
just lasts for so long.
could just be a pretty quick hit.
Seconds in spawn.
Yeah, TP over towards spawn while everyone goes hunts. You have a weak of B. Bro wins that as well. Clears all of heaven, gives the smoke over towards here. This is still nice from DRX, the good reaction to push over towards C to create pressure behind. But because they have heaven control, they should feel relatively comfy.
Youngman gonna go rushing forward here with the dimensional drift. Sees that they're not committing in with the plant. Straight holding here. Behind it up.
But they didn't really get too much out of this, DRX. They got a bit of map control, they got a bit of info, and they used Omen Flash.
Immediately gonna be chipped down. The 2 HP. Forsaken able to find that kill. Estrella arriving in from behind.
Big jaw here, Mako. What you got?
Still not yet planted. Baseboard here into Mako. Was able to cut down 3.
Fair play, man. He did unbelievable.
With 7 HP, there's nothing
Okay, this was nicely handled from DRX, though. Really. They used two ults, though.
PRX still have smiles on their faces. They
can't
know
repeat
that they're
that.
still continuing to do so much damage.
He got a lot? Oh no, he got everything. So what has he got? He's got like 400 damage in him, basically.
Stabilize and hold so many different angles that PRX never felt comfortable that they could put this spike down. They knew they had the Armageddon in play as well. So DRX just able to kind of find their timings. Just let the clock run, make PRX make some moves, and then just punish him off the back of that. The timing there from all the players of DRX coordinating together on that good. Still a ton of work to be done.
Something grabbed here by the net.
Did he see? Does he know Hyunmin?
I don't think Gun Barrel's been spotted, but I
oh boy, it's a bad angle for him. He has no idea. Not this again, man. Why does this always happen to something, dude? Stop tunnel visioning.
Just something completely off guard. Makes a quick exit, just gate crashing back over onto the site.
Yeah, they immediately ping the other side of Rebel where that TP would have come through. We're really aware that that could be a possibility. Bane has his ultimate as well.
Okay, let's talk about the money.
This is just getting there maybe.
This is a big important round. We've got 3 on each. They can't buy next.
And Bane, very, very close. I'm gonna throw up the wall immediately.
Okay, Wall goes down over towards A, and that gives them info that 2 are here.
Sure that deadlock util doesn't do much.
Or taps, Jing looking at the play entry here. Now is committed forward. Youngman.
Oh my, nearly didn't get that fatal.
Oh, he got the hit actually.
Wow, he hit him with the deadlock ult as well, right?
One. Have they cleared him out?
30 seconds left.
They certainly
Wait.
have now, but it will still.
Oh, he just got him out.
Bane.
Damn, nicely done from Bane.
Forsaken.
Yeah, they handled this pretty well. Did they need to use these ults in the eco? Probably not. I mean, in the 3v4, probably not.
Well, seemingly able to
Bane
find their
did
footing
incredible,
a bit more.
yeah. He had a good ult as well.
Again, just a little bit of trickery from Hyunmin. Something not ready for it. Probably kicking himself a bit. Even got the Nightfall invested. Batman.
Forsaken.
Yes, that was disgusting. He was jumping around. He just turns and headshots his opponent. So, okay, now it's PRX's
the
turn
backup
to be on
Bucky,
Weaker Jing does have his
which
ultimate
makes
showstopper
it
there.
look like they want to
Bucky to
use
back it
the
up.
ult in the eco. It's the classic C hit, but Mako is...
Sends the paranoia
I mean,
early.
they see where the flash comes from. They know he's in.
He's just going to ult to get out. Really thought there was going to be a ton of pressure coming his way. And at the same time...
In his defense,
other side of the wall.
it is PRX.
Sure.
They also don't mind using ults into ecos, so I don't think it's that. I think it's the worst, yeah. See what Jin can get for his ult.
About to see. There you go.
That's an incredible flash, what the hell?
Oh,
Oh, got him like a double. Oh, that was nuts from Mako, by the way. He TP'd onto his teammate. That was really not a good move from him, but...
both of them absolutely destroyed. Mako stays alive. Shot hits the clone. Flash forward to Straya, playing here within the smoke, but Mako still playing up on top of the site. Comes away with a second kill here. Peeks in for a little bit more, but something manages to bring about his demise. 5 HP remaining here on the Yoru. Swing onto the corner though, and Patman going to be taken down. And it would have to be some of the crispiest shots that we have ever seen in quick succession to one another.
Okay, nicely handled from them as well. Definitely do feel like PRX use a couple of ults into these rounds where they could have saved them to make it a little bit easier. Like I feel like a timeout could really help them.
It seems like originally they were just kind of throwing the clone at it, and now they're trying to get through it in different ways. I think you're better off just early around taking some mound control, throwing the clone at it, getting rid of it, and working the map off the back of that. Because every time they tried to just go through that Vice wall, either just sending, you know, something through a TP or Jing blast packing forward, it's been dicey, to say the least.
It's a good timeout.
Yeah, there was one round where they
got
won getting through that way, but
they can't really commit like this as well
so I think you really
until
need to be
they
diligent
find the
clearing out the Sentinel util.
until they find the deadlock wall.
And yeah, just a fan from that one. Unsure
Like
who
if
to
you're
vote
Alex
for,
looking at
so
the numbers
yeah,
there as well, you got to
inside.
know that the deadlock
blame
wall
him.
is down
I
somewhere.
love both of these teams.
So I
It
think
really
this
does
whole
feel
AD
like
fault
sending
thing
one
looks
of them
good.
off
In reaction to them AD faulting, they normally just been throwing the wall out into the open to get info. So
But
damn, dude, look at that drawing behind as well, man. It's
friends
nuts.
go to different colleges.
Oh,
They've been
yeah.
together since middle school. One got into NYU, one got into Temple University. I might be speaking from
It's
my
very
own life
East Coast
experiences
bias
here.
there. Oh, yeah, okay.
RB, yeah. They showed him earlier.
I mean, it is. It is because it's such a classic matchup. There's just tremendous.
Dude, it's
history
probably like
here.
the most
Obviously, our
oppa in
first
Yaman use.
ever Pacific Finals. You know, you want to see both of them succeed.
Yep. Oh, what in the hell? Kevin, it seemed like he had no idea where he was.
Dude, just came
He
on
walked
blind.
down the
There's
street,
just
but then he got his
someone
bearings and he got the
directly in
shot.
front of him.
I'm a good walker. Don't take that away from me.
So you haven't any. You're not bad at walking. You just don't know where you're going.
Oh, well, that's intentional.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, that shot has certainly brought this round to a bit of a screeching halt.
I mean, you've got something's alt, but you lost.
What are they
Quite a
doing?
bit of
Contact
early
C?
oomph there. There's that wall.
Well,
I just
Device
walked
had
past
enough.
Yep, has been popped, and Estrella immediately going to be sending that Steel Garden. Forsaken TPing forward here within the smoke. Mako, like he's suspicious of this. As Salvos going out backwater, and then Estrella peeking out, able to find two.
Dude,
Three, as Forsaken does fall.
was a
Pac-Man
nuts
answers
play
back
by
for a
him.
singular kill onto the Vice, but he's paranoid up. He's up and over the top, and Mako likely just going to go for a quick little
Okay,
peek.
it's getting a
Finds the headshot,
little bit
and
close
that's
now.
gonna be DRX now.
Getting a little bit worrying. Force him down to Nico again. That was a big buy round.
Uh-oh. Things
Yeah,
starting
uh-oh
to
indeed.
get a little bit out of control here for PRX. DRX coming right back. Jeez. I mean, the ideas were good there. It's just the timing a little bit off for Jing. He's just a little bit slow behind that flash.
Number of times that we've seen Jing go for that setup and come away with the kill.
Yep.
Him versus Kong Kong lives
Stingers?
rent-free in my
Ah,
head.
dude,
He
why
also
do I
has
think
the
they're going to use
operator.
another ult
He
into
won that
Nico?
fight. Some around though, and not allowing for it. So Op still retained. It's going to be a double push-up. Has Bane in tow as that smoke now blooming here, and as the Haunt gets ready to come through. Has to just take that gate crash out.
Looking for that sonic sensor.
Okay, in reaction to losing A,
Now they're gonna
you
have
can
to
see them
rethink
take
this.
C control.
Take a moment to consider. Got that rebel control. You want to shoot?
Oh, that's good in for the Yoris back here now as well.
Two sides of the clone in tow.
Dude, the B split
Absorbs that option
looks
for them.
incredibly risky
Wall
right
set up
now.
a tree, three,
I'm
find
looking at
something
everyone
here at
trying
the
to B
door.
split thinking,
There's
well, they
Crowley
got to cross
quickly
this point with
cleared
no
out.
smoke.
Pac-Man able to
We got
draw
two
down the
pass and
shot,
hold over
finds the kill,
towards
and that's gonna
B.
be a weapon now
They do
collected.
pick up a gun
Estrella
though.
looking for some timing shots. A tiny bit of
And
damage
big
gonna be
jewel over
found.
C. Oh, big jewel on C.
Let's push
Oh
up
my
for
goodness,
Mako.
it was a fast shot, man. Fair
Finding
play.
the lurk. Devi gone, 3v4. But tight quarters contact as the Stingers are going to be able to find some value.
Oh,
Shorty going to be drawn in.
Oh.
He narrowly gets away with
33.
that. Now ahead, throws on the dimensional drift. His weapon's going to be juggled around for
dude, Forsaken goes for the AWP even though he's next to a Yoru.
He's going to have to contend with Yunman here from behind. Classic drawn out. Forsaken is able to find that, grabs another weapon, but Bane capitalizes before he can get that steadied. Time ticking. Pac-Man on the cross angle, needing to clutch it out.
Oh boy.
Bane drops down. He
Oh
faces
my god, dude,
forward.
Pac-Man is always good
Hits
for it.
the
It's
Red Bull clutch
insane.
to get PRX up
Dude,
to
he
that
swings
point.
out knowing that he's going
What
to
a
try tap the
round.
spike early, just catches him W keying.
He has been so good for PRX.
Dude, he's
these
been
clutch
incredibly clutch
situations.
for them, yeah.
The new kid on the block. Making it
Dude,
look
what a
easy.
time to do it as well. It's a
He
good
has just
sign for
been
him.
So
Because the pressure is
reliable.
big on this one.
Post plant. He's so disciplined. I mean, that weird position he takes catches Mako
Dude, look at that
Nobody
confidence
holds
as
at that
well.
angle. Nobody holds inside of the archway of that door. And then he backs right off, buys himself a little bit of time, confirms his other opponent's position, and deals with that. And this is the last time out. All four going to be
Crazy
used here.
reswing. I mean, he
DRX with
owned
the
him.
final one.
He thought he was just going to play spike
three
time.
in a row to send it to OT. Looked like maybe they were going to get
It's
it
smart
done.
from him though to peek that as well.
Batman
You
had
catch him
other
when he's
ideas.
W king, but you also in that angle, like you're up against the wall. You never get like a, proper wide swing, and the person that taps can be either on the spike or to the side. So you have like a limited swing where most likely you've got like a bit of a W key in there, and you don't know the exact angle to like pre-aim. Like him dueling that is honestly probably the play.
Look, going into this one, PRX just going to be looking to bring this to a conclusion right here, right now. Not leave that door open any wider for DRX.
Three chances.
And he's got a dimensional
They
drift.
got. Okay, I mean this should be the round that
good.
they just do it now. They
This
should just
ought
try
to
it,
be
just
good.
ults, just all in on
Certainly
this
there's some
round.
kind of setup here with this. Plus, you could use the Nightfall.
They're one away from a Steel Garden as well.
Yeah, but it needs to be like ults off the bat, and I think it might be with this TP. Yeah. This is good info. Clears over towards tree. And ult can go over towards tree. We can fade ult this as well. Or we can save the fade ult for the after plant. Oh boy, Bane baited him. He baited him with the TP. With the. That was kind of sick though.
Burns the pot.
With the tap of the rope.
Food not being eaten tonight. That's Bane able to find one more there before Jing comes in for the trade. Drop down.
Dude, they double drop.
Little avoidance there from Hyunmin as he tries to stay alive. Jing similarly has to take the rope down out towards safety. I'm looking for that little flash out. Shorty drawn down. Hyunmin carved up as Devi at range.
Still no spike by they during all of that.
Now alone, the spike in the meantime has never been planted. It's not in play. Devi needs to try to clutch this out. Eats a bit of damage to Paranoia. Going to be sent. Goes backpedaling, but freeing is just here around the corner. They need to try to
How is he winning this? Holy 30 HP.
So damn close.
That was so close. Oh, they all ended though. They used so many ults.
DRX will keep themselves afloat.
Just thought it was going to be another classic Devi clutch here.
Dude, Bane did
Jing doing what he can,
unbelievable on
at the top
sight.
of rope. DRX able to stabilize at the back of drop. Freeing able to reclaim that rope space and use it to set up a crossfire there to break free of that entrapment.
Bane did unreal on
Man, oh
sight.
man, I thought Devi was just going to send us on.
Okay, two
Over
chances, and this one's an eco, so.
They're one away from a showstopper. They can try to get this orb. Steel Garden, equalize the weapon, playing field.
Yeah.
PRX could certainly get this done in thrifty fashion.
Get that annihilation to contend with. You know it's probably going to be A. That's been Bane's home.
Wall sent out, freeing. Ooh, catching a glimpse, knows that they're there within the smoke. The annihilation immediately going to be sent there. Devi going to be taken down as Freeing's able to find one, sends out the stun, looking for the hit, doesn't manage to find it, but it gets the headshot
Yeah,
on
looking
pretty
easy for DRX on this one.
Alone here on the site and taken down. Flawless. DRX dispatching the thrifty attempt. Some, let's say, moderate frustration perhaps in the face of Coach Alex.
Problem is,
Oh, for sure.
the easy call is to just go like Vice or over towards B, but they have Teo ult, so you can't really go B.
Well, exactly. It's been such
Teo
a
ult's
good
incredible for retake.
second half here.
Or maybe you could do it
Once
if
they got a few
you
rounds in,
plant and then like go
really starting to
heavy
find their
here,
comfort on this defender
and you have
side.
someone lurking because their
Just
reaction.
can't quite get this
I don't
double
know,
duelist
let's see
to
what they want to
connect.
do. They do want to B
13
split,
and 14,
but
Jing 14
they're trying to go
19.
aggro A first.
A little bit off balance using those flashes. Jing.
For a turn of the flash, unable to find it. Does he just check the angle?
Oh,
Freeing
my.
flushes him out. The showstopper, no value.
But they
found
did
once
use the
more.
Teo ult, so they can't retake.
Freeing, pushing forward.
Oh.
Gets a tap on the Patman, forces the rest of the team back, and now the spike dropped here inside of B, but something pushes up into upper, catching Hyunmin off guard to the corner. Freeing now going to be flushed out. Steel Garden holds back the remaining
Dude, how's
players
this a 3v3?
as we go into a 3v3 in the post plant.
Try get that coal in the engine right now.
Burned. Not much more to work with here.
You
on
don't
either
want this to
side.
go overtime.
Mako breaks down one of the walls. The rest now expired. Net lobbed in as Mako tries to go for the swing. Estrella fallen.
Holy, dude, the
A kill apiece to bring it
3v5.
to an end. OT not happening.
Must be a big sigh of relief for Alex on this one. Dude, that was close, man. This was close. What was it, 11-5 at one point?
Pumping up for Zake in there.
Holy.
Gotta love the
Dude,
energy
what a
that we're
map,
seeing
though.
today.
What a map.
That was a hell of a comeback, though, for DRX. It looked like this was PRX